On today's stream, I read even more of your guys' weird confessions. Now, at the end of the day, as much as I love my audience, I know you're bad people. Everyone's done evil things, and I wanted to give you the opportunity to get that off your chest, because I'm a good person. So, I made a tweet allowing you guys to confess whatever you wanted, and I was going to read it out live in front of thousands of people so we could all judge you together. And to make things fair, I confessed a couple evil truths of my own as well. This is not the only confession stream I'll be doing. I'll do plenty more, and all of them will be uploaded to this channel. So, if for whatever reason you can't catch those streams live, sub to this channel so you never miss those sweet, sweet confessions here. Anyways, all that being said, I hope you enjoy this stream. People, I'm about to look at your most evil confessions, your deepest, darkest secrets. And I'm going to read them. They're anonymous, so I don't know who you are. But we're going to go for it. Starting with the first confession we received when I opened this form. Nothing crazy. Someone confessed that they like ice cream in the cold. People, what do we think of ice cream in the cold? Because I feel like I'm going to give a controversial opinion when I respond. Ice cream in the cold. Most people are saying yes. Interesting. My opinion might not be that controversial then. I think ice cream is good whenever. It's ice cream. There's a reason Joe Biden's always spotted with a cone. It's fucking good. And at the end of the day, you ever heard that study, like that thing that people tell you? It was a warm day out, very warm day, humid day. And you're not being explicit in nature. You're sat outside. It's red hot, humid. And you just can't cool down, so you take a cold drink. But what a wise older person tells you is, if you had a warm drink, it would cool you down better. And you think, how does that fucking work? Putting more warmth into my body, that definitely seems like it would warm me up. But they insist that it would warm you up. I seem to reckon that ice cream in the cold has the same effect. Like it lowers your body temperature, so it's more similar to the outside, so you don't feel the temperature difference as much, and therefore you feel warmer. Is that based on any science or fact? No, it's not. It's just a hunch I have. But I reckon it could be a bloody good one. Anyway. We have more confessions. Someone just said, I'm jealous of your cheekbones. I would be too. You'll never look like this. You'll never look like that. Anyway. Moving on. Someone said, I watched James Marriott unironically. Guys, maybe gather in prayer for this poor individual. They have been handed life's worst card. They have been handed the James Marriott fan card. It's inescapable. At the end of the day, much like being gay, it isn't a choice. You can't help who you like. And I only wish that you could have been dealt. You see, now I'm backpedaling because I've compared it to being gay, and now I feel like I can't say that it's a bad thing. I'm moving on. You know, I tried to make a joke and I was there. But then when I started trying to call being a James Marriott fan bad, I then thought back to the time where I compared it to being gay. And then I thought, Jack, maybe this is where the joke ends. Anyway. I once popped a tit in an after-school club. You're in school! You shouldn't be popping tits, ever! Never, especially if you're doing after-school clubs. You're absolutely no older than 13. No one's going to an after-school club. Right? If you're an adult, you've got bevs. You got bevs and the pub to get to. If I didn't go to any... once I went over the age of 14, I had Stella's and the Misses to get home to. No after-school clubs. That's for children. At the end of the day, you're sick. You're sick for that. I don't... What does that even mean, dude? What do you mean? Like a pimple? No, I don't think they meant they popped a tit as in they squeezed it really hard and the nipple flew off. I think they just meant like they flashed a tit. Like they showed people their breast. That's what I'm I realize you're mean. I'm in clubs from Monday to Thursday. Yeah, I was also in clubs. I'm intentionally... Guys, sometimes when I say things, it's just a joke. I mean, they showed someone a tit. I don't believe they squeezed their tit so hard the nipple flew off, you know? Just my opinion there. Anyway, as a 10-year-old, I used to type sex into the YouTube search bar. I am now asexual. Now, I don't know if this seems to imply... Like, correct me if I'm wrong. I'll go back to different music. This isn't my vibe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Please do. But does this read as if someone is blaming the poor... What happens when you type sex into YouTube? YouTube.com sex. Hot... Oh my god, wait. I thought it would just be like educational videos. This is YouTube. There's terms of service here. Oh my, don't do that. You know what? I was about to say, is it because like YouTube's abhorrent like results when you type the word sex just like put you off? And you know what? It was quite explicit. It was quite explicit. I really had assumed that it would be quite tame because it's YouTube. They won't even let people swear nowadays ever since the adpocalypse. I figured they wouldn't have sex, you know, for all fun. I mean, I doubt there was actual sex, but I was... Someone, you know... Well, now I can't judge you because I've done the same thing. And I'm not even 10, I'm 20. You know, I'm a whole decade on from that. You think I developed, but I hadn't. But, you know, congrats on being asexual. You know, I tend to find... No. You know, sometimes I'll, like, go to make a joke, and the filter will kick in once the joke... Like, I'm already setting up the joke before my filter goes, it's not worth it. I don't even remember what it was anymore. I've completely cast it out of my mind. I fucking hate this. I hate how bad the fucking dream stand brain rot is that someone confessed, I used to eat clay, and they felt the need to put in brackets the thing that you can need in case people thought they were eating Minecraft YouTuber Dream, right? That's how bad it is. That's how bad this fucking world... We live in a world where people must stress that they're eating actual clay found in the ground rather than a man. A human male. Fucking hell. Oh my god. I once had diarrhea and shat all over my girlfriend. I'll do you one better. A friend of mine once had diarrhea whilst he was sharing a bed with his dad. And he was awoken by his dad because his dad was awoken by his son shitting himself. And he woke him up. This is my friend. And he went, you've pooed yourself. And then my friend proceeded to roll, peeling himself from the sheets with which he'd glued himself with hot shite. But being still half asleep, but copying my friend, fuck you, I just don't want to name the friend. Because he wants to tell this story on the internet. He then proceeded simply to, because he was half asleep, just kind of stand and stare at the shit stain and do nothing. Because he was just like half awake. He's like, just staring at shit. And I thought I was... So his dad had to deal with it. His 14-year-old son. Chat, stop naming people, please. I mean, hey, you can guess what you want. Once I had a dream that I met you, but you were 4'11". Now I can only see you as 4'11". I'm sorry, Jack. Okay, you're wrong. I'm much taller than that. I stand at a mighty 5 feet 8 inches. I don't know if you know this. That's a lot of inches. Plenty, more than anyone would ever need. So at the end of the day, I'm really tall. Max GG's thinks I'm tall. I saw him the other day. I tower over Max GG's. Tower over him. Easily. Easily. I tower over Max GG's like a giant. It's ridiculous. Anyway. What else do we get? Pause the fucking music. Oh my... No. That's disgusting. Someone has confessed. Sometimes when my nose gets dry and I have to pick it, I use my saliva to wet it. You are sick in the head. You are sick in the head. Do you know that? Do you know how ill you are? You do this and then you stick it up your nose. It's like having a wet willy, but in your nose. That's disgusting. And then guess what? You probably like go, oh, it's still a bit dry, and proceed to take your freshly nosed up, just got little green aliens sat under your fingernails, and you pull them out and you go and do it again. You sick fuck. You're disgusting. Absolutely vile. Eating horrible little green men from under your nails. That's awful. That's awful. Terrible. I'm disgusted. I will sometimes scare kids by staring at them way too long, so now they're traumatized for life. You see, I also think I do this, but not with intent. I just don't know when I'm staring. I realize, like, I stare at people a lot because if I think someone's looking at me, I'll watch them to check whether they're looking at me. But I realize inadvertently that just means I'm also staring at them. I'll be like, imagine you're the camera looking at me, right? I'll be like walking along, minding my own business, checking my phone. I'll be like this, and then I'll go, and I'll be like, and just stare directly at the fucker. At the gig, you did that to me. Yeah, if you've ever seen me in real life, I've probably stared at you. I'm sorry. So there's certain some people think that maybe I have ADHD, and it might be true, but it's not diagnosed, so I can't really blame this. But at the end of the day, I find that one of the things I've learned is I can't really I'm not very consciously aware of what, because a lot of the time I'm just lost in whatever thoughts I'm having. And I don't often really know where I'm looking. Like, I'm not consciously really looking at anything. So, like, a lot of the time if I'm staring at someone, I'm not really, because I'm not looking at them. I'm just kind of like, I'm staring through them. So, don't take it personally. I'm probably not actually looking. But yeah, I do this a lot as well. Like, if something's caught my eye, like I can't help but like dart my eyes to it. But it's really, I have very not very good at I'm actually very good at eye contact, but I mean, like, I'm not very good at controlling where my eyes are looking. Yeah. Like boobs? I don't know. I hope I'm not looking at boobs. But equally, I don't know where I'm looking. That's the whole point. I really hope not. I really, really hope not. That would be awful. I'd feel horrible. But I'm not. I'm usually just like... So, if I ever looked at boobs, I didn't mean it. Anyway. If I ever looked at boobs, I didn't mean it. God, I'm good at the English language. Anyway. I hooked up with my ex-boyfriend's girlfriend's little sister. I hooked up with my ex-boyfriend's girlfriend's little sister. How little are we talking? My judgment on you is going to be really harsh depending on how little this sister ends up being. Otherwise, if you just mean like a year younger, maybe, then I'll accept that. But is it a power play? Is it based? I'm trying to think. Like, your ex-boyfriend goes fucks a new girl, so you're like, fuck it, I'll fuck the new girl's sister. He can't leave. I'm not letting him leave my life. I'm going to stay connected to him through weird mutual connections. It's not that based. It's not based. I thought about it. That's really weird, actually. Move on. Be healthy. Sometimes I like a good power play. You know, if someone does something shitty to you in a relationship, doing like a power play is cool. It's not a power play. It's a bit weird. I've decided. Sorry, you're a bit weird. You're a bit weird. That is the sound of the police. Yeah. Well, anyway, I think this one's not real. Someone said, I once cried so hard when meeting you, I shit my pants. Now, I've had people cry when they met me. I don't know why, but sometimes they go, ah, and burst into tears. So far, I've never smelt the sweet, delicious smell of dookie from anyone's drawers, though, so I don't even know. I literally don't even know. I can't even begin. I can't even begin to explain why it's not delicious. It's not sweet or delicious. The smell of shit's awful. Just so you know. I really don't know why that happened. I don't know. I don't know. Drawers, man. 70. I like the word drawers. I like drawers as a word. Anyway. Please. I've never as far as I'm aware, no one's ever shat themselves around me. I have in my adult life shat myself once. I'm very open and candid about this. But I've never once, in my experience at least, had anyone shit themselves in my presence. Not that I know of. Not that I know of. Shitting and crying to a whole new level. You know what? So true, bestie. They really did the shitting and crying to the max. Everyone's saying what as if like... What? I'm saying what as if shitting yourself isn't normal. I'm not saying you should actively try and do it, but like, we've all been ill, you know? We've all been ill and gone, oh, I got IBS, man, leave me alone. You know what I mean? I can't help it. I got an illness, you know? It doesn't happen regularly. Can't help that shit, man. It's the way it is. Can't help. You know. Anyway. Let's see. I like to walk in the water with socks on. That's weird. That is weird. Do your feet not feel heavy? I once wore Brighton Beach when I used to go paddleboarding with Wilbur in the summer. We used to go paddleboarding. And after you've just been in the cold water, I found that walking on Brighton Beach's stones right after you've been in cold water on your, it's obviously been on your feet, is really painful. So I bought water shoes so they had a sole so I didn't have to walk on the fucking stones because it hurt really bad. And I very quickly established that it is the worst trying to swim with anything on your feet. My feet feel like so heavy. It's awful. You got bitch shoes. I don't care. It hurt my feet, man. A lot. Yeah, that's weird. Water, like, damp socks is the worst feeling. Damp socks is terrible. Yeah, no, I'm against you. You're my ops. Some of them are just bizarre. I'm trying to read one that like is funny, but still like, you know. Let's see. Someone said I once shit myself in a pool at a hotel when I was 6 and everyone had to evacuate. My family has never gone back to that hotel since. You wouldn't, would you, to be fair, though? Like, if I ever shat myself in a place, you would never catch me there again. Admittedly, unless it's my house, because that seems ridiculous to move houses because I shat. But like any other place, like a public place especially, I wouldn't go back. And the fact that like it wasn't even discreet. It's not like people like didn't notice. Everyone was evacuated. Everyone knew you shat, man. Like maybe they didn't know it was you. Like if it was me and I did that, like say I'm in the pool swimming and a fucking much like the log flume, a log spills out into the water. I would go, ah! I'd be the first to call it out. I'd freak out as if it wasn't me. I'd go, oh, someone shit! And it would be my shit, but no one would know that. And I'd go, oh my god, and then I'd evacuate immediately. I would start it. I would call out the shit. You know what I mean? Wouldn't follow you. No, I'd give it a shove. When no one's looking, I'd like hold it underwater and then just go and like give it a shove so it went in the opposite direction. I'd go, ah! I'd scream at the shit, you know. I'd ignore it so that everyone else would suffer and be covered in feces. You're sick. You're sick. You're sick in the head. Someone said that in the chat. You're really, really ill for thinking that. Jack, this is too detailed. When did it happen to you? No, I love a hypothetical. I love a good hypothetical. Like, what would you do if you shat yourself in front of 20 people? Like, I love putting myself in difficult scenarios mentally and trying to work out how I would get through them. Like, it's a good one. If you were
almost 2 years.
If you were genuinely, this like be realistic. If you were walking down your street, like you're walking down an alleyway, and from around a corner jumps a goblin, and I mean it is a goblin, a green, 4'10" tall goblin, right? Imagine this happens, genuinely, like this really happens in real life. Like the world as you know it, goblins don't exist as far as you know. You're walking down the street.
University placement and to survive
Best of luck.
8-hour bar shift, loudly crying.
I'm sure you'll be fine. Don't worry. Best of luck. Anyway, so I'm not a goblin. I'm not green. Anyway, a goblin, like an actual goblin, jumps out from behind a corner, and obviously, like that's scary, right? But before you have a chance to run away, the goblin screams at you, "A quest for thee!" You go, what? And he goes, a quest for thee! And so anyway, out of social anxiety, I guess, you agree to listen to the goblin's quest. And he offers you he offers you 100 quid. Doesn't work in like... He at the end of the day, this is real life, so he works in just normal money. He's just a goblin. He offers you £100 to deliver a leather pouch. A goblin, like he jumps out at you and he goes, "A quest for thee!" Right? You've never seen a goblin before, and he offers you £100 to deliver a leather sack filled with something. But he says you cannot open it, and he places and you see him. And he goes. And he does this, and a little sparkle comes out of his hand. And he tells you if you open it, an evil curse will be placed upon your family for 30 years. No, not 30 years. 6 generations. All right? 6 generations will be cursed if you open the satchel. But you get £100 if you deliver it, right? What I'm saying is, and bear in mind, a goblin is a goblin. Let me look up photorealistic goblin. Just goblin caught on camera is probably better. Goblin caught on camera. Alright, it's just that one video with the little kid and the goblin. Goblin photorealistic. Yeah, like this guy. Like a photorealistic goblin. This motherfucker jumps out, right? Are you actually taking the quest? Be real. Be real. You don't know what's in the satchel. Could be illegal. Could be drugs, right? Could be drugs. Could be anything. You don't know. You're not allowed to open it either because he's placed a curse on it. Do you take the goblin's quest? I'm happy there's a lot of no's in the chat. I don't respect yeses. I'd say yes, but I don't respect most people saying yes. No, I wouldn't say yes. No, I'd say no. I'd say no. Actually, I'm lying. And I don't respect yeses. And I'll tell you why. I think people... This is why I really like hypotheticals and most people don't. Or I think most people aren't fun when it comes to hypotheticals. They don't take them seriously. Seriously, imagine if you saw a goblin. Actually envision you're walking by yourself alone at night and a goblin, an otherworldly being that you've never seen before, like an actual goblin. And you know it isn't human. Like, there's no way this is a human that's, like, had surgery. You know this is a goblin. This isn't a person in makeup. It's very, very obviously, like, a mystical being. Like, no way you're standing around. You would shit yourself. You know what? Then you'd shit. Then you'd all have shat yourselves, wouldn't you? You would shit your pants. No way. This is the thing that gets me. I think people like, when girls like, would you love me if I was a worm? And I've thought about this. I would, but I'd move on. In my mind, it's equivalent to you dying. I think if someone you're in love with dies, you don't stop loving them, but you move on, and you know. And I think that's what would happen if someone was a worm. I think if someone was turned into a worm, I'd keep them, but ultimately, I think after a bit, I think it'd take longer to grieve. I'd move on. I'd love them forever, but I'd move on. I'd look after the worm for as long as it lived. I'd give it a good burial, because ultimately I know that the soul of the person I loved is in that worm. But at the end of the day, I'd move on. But you'd still love them, but you'd move on. And this is the thing.
Imagine not being subbed.
Guys go, yeah, babe. Or no, fuck off, you're a worm. Think about it. You'd love the worm, but you wouldn't stay with it forever. And that's what I say, right? That's what I'm saying. And this is what gets me. I just wish people... I'm going to read more confessions in a second. I realised I got sidetracked. I just wish more people in life would take hypothetical questions more seriously. I think they're really... I think hypothetical questions, when entertained, like serious scenarios, are very entertaining. Family Guy did a great job of it. Like when Family Guy, I always think whenever they do like scenes where all the guys just like ask each other hypotheticals, I think they do it really well. Quagmire. And anyway, let's move on. Let's see. I'm still completely obsessed with my ex, even though it's been 4 months, to the point I'm gonna go fly over and see him with his consent. Why? Is what I raise you. Because I just... What are you looking to achieve? What are you looking to achieve?
King,
I've never got this.
A good day. Excited for the stream as always, less than 3.
I've always said this. I don't think I would ever... Thank you for the sub, by the way. I genuinely don't think I would ever get back with a person. Thank you, Lizzie, for the prime. After we've broken up. If we broke up, it's not happening again. You know what I mean? I don't get people that, like, once they've broken up, want to have another crack. I just don't... I don't get it. I don't get it. Thank you for the prime, Che Babby. Depends on the person. You know?
Hi, it's me, Nor. Don't ignore me again like for the past 5 months, smiley face.
My bad, Nor. Thank you for the prime for 5 months. Angel.
I've been stuck here for more than a year. PLS, let go.
Appreciate it. Yo, Amesy, thank you for the raid. Welcome. Welcome, Amesiers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you, Amesy. Really do appreciate it. Really, really do appreciate it. Hope you are all doing fantastically. I myself, I'm doing excellently. I'm reading your weird confessions. If you like this, feel free to follow. Hey, Amesy, thank you for the sub as well. Yeah, I'm reading your weird confessions. Anything that you have never confessed before and you would like to get off your chest, feel free to !confess in chat. I might read it. Anyway. Someone put, one time when I was 5, I was so jealous of my brother, so I took his toothbrush and washed it in the toilet. He doesn't know yet. It's been 10 years. Not it's been 10 years. It's been 10 years. So however long a year is in Ben 10 time, it's been that long.
Wow, 4 months.
Which is...
That's a lot.
I don't know how long a Ben 10 year is, but I hope he's gotten over it in that amount of time. That's foul, though. I honestly, if anyone ever fucking dipped my toothbrush in the toilet,
I love spending my Thanksgiving break listening to your Dookie stories.
Thank you! Thanks. Oh, yeah, forgot about that. I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving who does that. It's not a thing we do over here, so I kind of forget it's
Hi,
happening when
Jack,
it is.
I
But
decided
I hope
today
you had a
is
good one if you did.
dedicated to the Jack Manifold grind. I'm watching your Get Me a Girlfriend VOD and watching your stream also chatters. If you have a Prime, you know what to do.
The best Prime! Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Stay on that grind. Charlotte, thank you for the gifted sub. Appreciate it. Anyway, once I was supposed to be sleeping, but I was creating a new Instagram account at 3 a.m. so I could catfish old men. And I accidentally put my mum's phone number instead of mine because they're very similar. So the next morning she saw the notification of someone using her phone number. I convinced her she was being hacked so she wouldn't know I was up that late on a school night. Pause. You see, you seem to have really focused on being up that late on a school night. But what I'm taking away from this is you were in school, you are at school age, and you're catfishing old men! Don't be weird! You're putting yourself in danger, you moron! Oh, people piss me off. Some of you are really stupid. Can I just say, like most of you are fine, but some of you are daft. Dafties. What do you mean you were catfishing old men? Get an education. Go do maths. You've got English to study. Fucking catfishing old men. At least attempt, like a normal career before you try catfishing old men. Please. Please. Fucking hell, learn your ABCs. It sounds fun. You are mental. You are mental. Do you know that? Madness. 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 Oh. No. Fuck's sake. It's fun though. Anyone defending it in chat, you're a moron. I'm being serious. Grow up. I like to eat / munch on / chew my hair in the shower. I find hair in the mouth really gross. The wet texture is fun. Right. No, you're grim. Anyone who... You know, those girls in school that used to have the wet ends of their hair. I don't want to talk about it. You know the ones I'm talking about. Those kids that used to have like wet ends of their hair because they used to like suck on it. It's vile. It's vile. It makes me feel sick. When I'm gonna tell a story and like I'm gonna have to not emote very much because I will gag. I was once eating my school lunch, and in my mashed potato was a very long hair that I swallowed partially but not all the way, and I had to pull it out of my throat. Like I had to actively pull it out like a throat. And I tried to then go vomit in the toilet because I felt so fucking ill from doing it, and the teacher wouldn't let me go to the toilet. And I luckily held in the vomit, but my god, it was a battle. And so now hair, man, hair in the mouth. Everyone's gonna be like, that's why he's bald. I was bald before that. But hair, especially when it's detached from a person's head. Like seeing stray hairs, I find gaggably disgusting. I hate it. I hate finding hairs on, like, obviously in food it's gross, everyone knows that, but like just anywhere, just on anything, I find it so disgusting. I genuinely hate it. You can tell I'm being serious because I can't even say it in like funny streamer like emote like voice. Like I'm having to be very monotone because I think if I was more expressive, I wouldn't be able to focus on not gagging this much. I fucking hate it. I hate it. But anyway, I know a lot of girls do, and I've lived with enough women to lived with enough. I haven't lived with any women, but I've stayed with them. Well, I've lived with my mum, obviously, but my mum has quite short hair, to be fair. But yeah, I've been around enough women to know that happens, and I can handle it. But like, it is a bit grim. It is a bit grim, and especially in the shower. I'm moving on. Okay. One time I was camping with my family and I had to go to the bathroom, so I went outside and pulled my pants down and did my business, but then when I pulled my pants back up, they were wet, and I didn't know if they were wet from pee or from dew on the grass, but I didn't change my pants, so I went back to bed with wet and possibly pee-covered pants. I was like 12. Everyone's pissed on themselves. Dudes, we've all pissed on ourselves a little bit on the jeans, and then just pretended we splashed ourselves with the tap. You know, you weren't paying attention at the urinal. You pissed a little bit on your jeans right towards the end of the stream, and you're like, fuck. So you just go out and you're like, you're like in a public, you're like, guys, oh, the water, the sink, it was a powerful sink in that toilet, guys. Hey, yo, guys, be careful with the sink in that bathroom. It's kind of powerful. I'm not talking like a huge amount of piss, but like a little dribble, you know? You're out in public, you can't fix it, you know, there's nothing you can do about it. A little dribble of piss. You didn't know, you weren't paying attention, you know? It happens, man. Everyone's done it. Everyone's done it. All guys have done this. Aaron, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. All guys have done this. You know. Just a little dribble, you know. Everyone's done that. Everyone's done that. Everyone's saying no and everyone going, we? Everyone's doing the fucking Prince of Bel-Air we thing. Everyone's doing this shit. And I hate it. I hate it because at the end of the day, you know I'm right. You know I'm right and yet you're denying me. Everyone in the chat doing this shit.
We? We.
Everyone doing that shit. You're a liar. You're a liar and a fraud. You know full well you pissed on your jeans a little bit. It's okay. At the end of the day, guys, sometimes it's hard to get it past the jeans. Anyway, once when I was younger, this isn't even. Sorry, moving on. I read, maybe the bed, but not my jeans. Right. Well, no, you can't accidentally piss the bed. Right. Pissing the bed is a worse crime. Going for a piss and like actually like being able to control your bladder enough to like actively like go for a piss, but then accidentally missing a bit is way better than accidentally not even realizing you were pissing and pissing in your entire bed. I'm sorry. No. Pissing the bed is worse. Anyway, I'm moving on. Someone said... I just read the hair one again. It was the wrong one. Once when I was younger, my friend put muddy water in a cup and told me it was chocolate milk. I got like halfway through before realizing it was mud, but only because there was suddenly a worm in my mouth. Maybe it was a girlfriend. You should be careful with those. Anyway, someone said I spit it out and poured the cup on her and then hit her in the face with an umbrella. Never mind. I was about to say, that isn't your confession. That's like confessing your friend did an evil thing to you, but then never mind. You did batter them, so. Yeah, it's a bit rude. To be fair, though, that was rude of them. Done, it's gone now. Thank you for covering the hair one. The mods covered the hair one for me because I was gagging. Thank you. I banned... That's like you just confessed to crime. Someone just confessed, I'm banned from 2 American states for harboring peacocks illegally. Which states banned peeing out of your cock? Guys, that was a bad joke. Guys, but seriously, actually, unironically though, which states ban... What do you mean? And why? When you say that, does that mean you are currently still harboring peacocks illegally, but in a new state where you're not banned? Does this mean you've been caught twice, yet you continue onwards? Only 50 more states to go? What does this mean? Why are you so determined to keep these peacocks? What about the peacock? I'm so baffled. How did you get them in the first place? Why? If you know they're illegal. Surely it isn't worth the hassle. I doubt they make you any money. So there are only 50 states, not 52. I saw someone say there's 52 states. There's 50. What? What's the 52 number then? Because I keep seeing 52. Wait, is it 50 or 52? I'm reading both. What? Okay, so it says 50. Oh, some people are considering Puerto Rico because it's a territory. Oh, some people are including territories. Right. 50 states and 2 territories? No, there's more territories. What? What are we counting? Also, Colombia's considered as a district? What's the number? Make your fucking minds up, America. Oh, okay. Many lists include DC and Puerto Rico, which makes for the 52 states and other jurisdictions. Maybe that's the root of the myth. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Wow, they actually update the flag whenever a new state's added. That's really weird. Oh, that's really weird. I didn't know that. Anyway. God, I wish we beat you at football. Anyway, that one's just a bit... That's just a trauma dump. Sometimes you'll just see my face go, because I'll just read something traumatic. Someone content warning saying this could be kind of gross, lol, but so far that's been quite funny. In like February of last year, I went on a date with this guy. It was a 5-mile... It was a 5-mile Heil round trip. What are you... Hole? What are you trying to say? It was a 5-mile trip, apparently. That's all it really means. I was doing pretty well through the whole trip, then my stomach started hurting when we got to our destination. I was like, hey, I gotta go throw up. You just chill here. There are no bathrooms. We're at a private beach, lol. There is something so humbling about going to the bathroom in the wilderness, but my stomach did feel bad. Oh, but you just went and shit in the woods. You're confessing to having lied about saying you were throwing up when actually you just shat in the woods. Alright? It's not that bad. Oh, a hike. Maybe a 5-mile hike round trip. Yeah, probably hike. Probably hike. Either way, they shat in the woods. Apparently there's something cool about it. I've never once shat in the woods. I've peed, obviously, plenty of times. You know what I mean? Easily pee in the woods. You know? Get a little dribble on the jeans, of course, but you know, mostly it's a clean job. God, all of these are shit related. Oh, this one's more gross than the shit. I would peel gum off from under restaurant tables and eat them as a child because my parents wouldn't let me have... Alright, they put gun, which for American parents is shocking. But I think they mean gum. But they then put, at least it gave me a killer immune system. Bro, you are lucky you were not killed. That is disgusting! You're vile. That's really gross. I have only ever once chewed chewing gum from another person's mouth, and it was fine, honestly. But if I wasn't so close with that person, it would be gross. You know what I mean? That's disgusting. It's disgusting. Terrible. Terrible, terrible. What? No, it was from Kit Wisps, so it's okay. We're like brothers, you know what I mean? There's nothing... There's no shame between me and him. He was done with it, and I just wanted some gum. So I was like, yo, bro, can I have that gum? And he was like, yep. And he went, and I went, ah, and just, you know, ate the gum. It's delicious. So you indirectly kissed Wisp? I've directly kissed Wisp. I mean, Wisp is Wisp. I love that guy. He's my favorite. Anyway, this is also a crime. I shoved my sister down a steep cliff once. She passed out. When she woke up, she had no idea what happened. I told her she tripped. She was relatively unscathed. I didn't regret it then. I do now, though. You should. She could have died. That is a cliff. A cliff. You see a hill, I'd be like, fine. A cliff, however, a cliff is like, it's quite big. Cliffs are quite big. You know what I mean? Large mounds of rock. Beso attempted murder is what you've just confessed. I should hand this on to the police. I'm going to trace your IP address. Wow. Someone said I like to dip my fries in milkshake. That's shockingly common, and it's sick. It's sick and twisted. I'm all for a bit of sauce, right? I'm not the most saucy man on earth, but I'm all right with sauce, right? Bit of sauce, you know what I mean? Bit of sweet chili. I like honey mustard. I'm not gonna lie, Chick-fil-A sauce is one of the best sauces I've had. But wanting something so sweet that you're putting fries in milkshake is sick. It's like sick and twisted. Like actually like psychopathic behavior. How can you want something can you eat like I'm convinced if you do that, you've not eaten anything but Haribo in your life. You know what I mean? Just you are purely eating sweet foods. And I'm going to say something even more based. Savory foods are way better than sweet foods. Right? I like a bit of cheesecake. You know, I like sweet foods. I love a bit of I love Battenberg, right? I love the flavor of marzipan. But savory foods, like a savory snack. Oh my god, like a cheese snack or like I would easily eat pretzels or like mini cheddars or chips or like anything like that for days over eating sweets. Sometimes I want sweets. Specifically, if I have a bowl of like spicy ramen, I want chocolate afterwards. It complements it very well. However, no. Savory is just always better than sweet, generally. I don't get me wrong. There's times to eat sweet foods. But America, you like your food too sweet. Your bread has sugar in it. Why? Doesn't need to be sweet. You can have sweet breads. Let some of the bread be savory. Stop putting sugar in your shit, right? Stop putting sugar in all your shit. There's so much sugar in everything. Honestly, it makes... When Captain Puffy first moved to the UK, we went for some food, and she had like... I can't remember. She stressed that she wanted a Coke, like a full fat Coke with the sugar. And I just laughed at her. I'm like, an American, when they've been for 3 minutes without sugar, they cannot function without their goodness. It's just, sugar, man. Have less of it, please. Please. I genuinely, like, I hate how sweet everything is over there. Like, I had a corn dog, and I found out cornbread, by the way, corn, it is sweet corn, to be fair, but corn, something I would consider, buttered corn on the cob, that's a savory food, that's not a sweet food. There's a sweetness to it, but I wouldn't consider it a sweet food. Cornbread is not savory. Shit is sweet as hell. Really sweet. And I had a corn dog, and I was like, man, I'm enjoying me a corn dog. It was too sweet. It was like eating like a fucking donut with a sausage inside of it. I did not like it. I did not enjoy you remember when I like throat goated the fucking corn dog in the Meat Mountain vlog? Did not enjoy it though. That was my first ever corn dog, and I didn't enjoy it. Wasn't happy. Someone confessed to being a Max GG's viewer. I hope you get help soon. My joints audibly crack when I walk. Maybe see a chiropractor. I really don't know what to say otherwise. So I'm just trying to understand. What is A1 steak sauce? What is that? How do you... It's by Heinz, but what is it? Oh, it's brown sauce. Okay. It's brown sauce. Someone eats it with... Let me find that again. Oh. I've lost it. No! Oh, here it goes. With corn. Oh, you know what, actually? Oh, you know what? I'm like, maybe that could be alright. But then you said you fucking have drunken it straight from the bottle. Drunken it straight from the bottle before. So never mind, you do have a problem. My aunt used to do that with vinegar, which I swear is like deadly, by the way. Like, I swear drinking that much vinegar can actually be like a health risk. BT dubs. I swear like vinegar in that high concentration can actually be a problem. So, my cousin does that with soy sauce. That definitely can be a problem. There's, Chubby Emu, that guy who's like, this boy ate 7 batteries. This is what it did to his balls. You know that guy? Like, he did one about, like, drinking too much soy sauce. You can definitely die from drinking too much soy sauce. I know that for a fact. Your sodium levels will skyrocket. Don't get me wrong, I love soy sauce as much as the next guy. Don't drink it, though. literal sodium. Just stop. Anyway, someone said, I know exactly which viruses could be used to create a virus like the T-virus from Resident Evil. I've learned it through a game theory I watched when I was bored. I also know what a zombie apocalypse... I also know that a zombie apocalypse would only last 2 weeks, and the United States government has a literal contingency plan to follow in case a zombie apocalypse breaks out. You made it... You see, at first I thought you genuinely had some, like, cutting-edge scientific knowledge about, like, viruses and which ones could be used to create a T-virus type thing, which, don't get me wrong, I imagine is pretty, like mid-level biology, but I it's still kind of impressive because most people don't know biology to that level. But then you said you learned it through a game theory you watched, so now I don't think it's that like, obscure knowledge. I think anyone who's ever watched MatPat, which, bear in mind, is in the millions, I'm not that impressed. I also know that a zombie apocalypse would only last 2 weeks. I don't know how can you prove that? We don't fucking know. How would we know that? What do you mean you know? You look at the future, bro? You time traveling? What do you mean? How do you know? I'm saying, I know. You don't know. You don't know that zombie apocalypse would last 2 weeks. The bodies will decay. You don't know what the virus is doing to the system. You know what I mean? We've never had, like, corpses reanimate like that, really. Bugs will eat the bodies, Jack. I just can't be arsed. I just can't be arsed to explain why that's a good theory, but we don't know that. How would you know? How would you know? How do you know it's not? I don't know it's not. I just know that we don't know that. Yes, we do. What do you mean? We don't know that. You can't prove it. Oh my. You don't know what a zombie-like virus would do to it. Like, we don't. Everyone in chat being like, we do. You're just saying we know to piss me off, and I know it, and I'm biting. You know what I mean? I am biting. I'm biting with the people who are like, I know. Why am I giving... I'm biting. I'm not doing it. I really like writing poetry, and everyone says it's weird. Fuck them. Good on you. Enjoy your poetry, man. It's a dying art. It's cool. Poetry's cool as fuck. Wordplay's cool. I like it. Sometimes wake my boyfriend up on purpose when he falls asleep because I'm annoyed he's fallen asleep before me. I would hate that. I don't... I think... at night, anyway. I think I'd be... I would kind of low-key appreciate being woken up in the morning because I know I sleep in a bit. And I think if I had a partner and they woke me up in the morning, I'd appreciate it. Because as much as I'd be like, this is nice. I need to be awake right now. But in the night time, if I struggle to sleep sometimes. If you ruined it, I'd be pissed. What? Some of these are just mad. Some of these are like... Okay. This is when I was 9 years old at my school disco. Oh, sorry. No. This was when I was 9 years old. My school had a disco after school from 2:30 to 3:30. So basically an hour. At the time, I didn't have my phone with me and I didn't know my dad's number, so I wouldn't be able to call him. So while everyone was going home, I stayed back and watched everyone go home. And at my school, all classrooms and bathrooms are locked after 3. So I really needed to pee, but all the bathrooms are locked. So I went to the fucking hell. It like jumps, so it's really hard to read. I feel like this is what reading with dyslexia is like. Anyway, I ran into pee, so I went to the principal's office to try and see if there's anyone there. Being the polite child I was, I knocked until someone answered, and well then I drenched my pants at the doormat of the principal's office and still waited until I could enter. So I was standing in my own pee for 5 minutes. Bright side, my dad came at 5:45 and picked me up. That means you were stood in piss for at least 2 hours. You were in piss. You were pissed on for 2 hours. Or at least, or for 2 hours you were fighting piss and then being pissed on. I'm so glad I never pissed myself like that at school. Like, where, like, I was too nervous to tell anyone, so I just kind of stood there in my own piss and just dealt with it. Did I ever told you guys about, like kids soil themselves, right? That's like a kid thing. But have I ever told you guys about the most based kid I ever knew when I was 7 years old? 7 years old. I ever told you about the most based child ever? Everyone's paused champing, so I don't think I have. So, kids saw themselves, right? But this kid did it with style, right? And he did it. This was no accident, you know what I mean? He turned to the teacher and he was like, "Miss," he's like a 6-year-old kid, by the way. He's like, "Miss, I need to go to the toilet." And she says, "No, you should have gone at playtime." Oh no, he goes, "Can I go to the toilet?" And she goes, "No, you should have gone at playtime." So he goes, "Well, I can't go to the toilet. Doesn't change the fact I need to shit," and proceeds to pull down his trousers and drop a coil on the ground. There and then, he just pulled down his trousers and pooped right in front of everyone. Because at the end of the day, he may not have been allowed to go to the toilet, but it did not change the fact that he needed to. So he shat on the ground. And I'll be honest, that takes some balls, man. Takes some fucking balls. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do such an act of protest. There's actually, they call it a dirty protest in prison when a prisoner throws a fit and protests whatever by flinging their shit all around their cell. I had a friend. I knew someone who worked in. She was a prison officer, and she messaged me once. We were just talking. She's like, "Anyway, I'm at work. I gotta go deal with a dirty protest." I was like, "What's that?" She's like, "Oh, some man threw shit around his cell. I've got to go clean it." I'm like, so yeah.
19 months, Peepo class.
That's what you get for working for Fed, man. That's what you get. You work for Feds, you clean shit. It's just the way it is. That's just the way it is, man.
Hi, Jack. Was
Hi.
great to meet you last night after almost 2 years of being.
Oh yeah, I remember. Nice meeting you as well.
Thank you so much for being so nice. It
Of
means
course.
a lot. Love your content. Keep your head up, King.
My head's always
You got
up.
This. Thanks again, Jack. P.S.
P.S. what? P.S. what? Oh, like the red and blue pen signature. That's what I always do. If anyone ever goes pick a color and they have red and blue, I sign in red and blue because Jack Manifold brand. Lol. Can you tell I'm losing my voice? My voice is going. I was screaming too much at the James Marriott gig last night, which, by the way, was James's best gig. If you didn't go to last night's, you missed out. You've not had the best James Marriott experience. He randomly just halfway through shouted me and Kit and were like, form a mosh pit. He told us before the show, he's like, "I want you to start a mosh pit." So I did. So I see. James, slow down mosh. I want to find the video of the slow down mosh pit. Here it is. You ready? I don't know if this was to be honest, I'm going to give Average Harry all the credit. Me and Kit start the first mosh pit on request. After that, literally every 5 minutes, every time a song got exciting, you'd see Average Harry just spread his arms out and shove a bunch of 14-year-olds and go, and just like form a fucking circle, be like, just like gearing everybody up, and then he'd fucking charge in. Every time. There were so many pits, and every time Average Harry was on the fucking perimeter, making sure everyone was moshing. It was great. We are not 14. No, it's just what we were saying. I know not all of you are 14. I'm being rude. It's like PewDiePie saying 9-year-olds. Every YouTuber must say their audience is younger than it is. It's just the way it is, guys. It's just the way it is. Don't put your ages in chat now to disprove me, by the way. It's not worth getting groomed to spite me. Anyway. It was so fucking sick, man. The best James Marriott gig. No gig. Lovejoy, James Marriott, none of them had mosh pits until now. I loved it. I fucking loved it, man. Every minute, every single minute of that gig was just sick. Really sick. I'm looking forward. You know what? Actually, I won't spoil it. I won't spoil this. I won't spoil this. I'm not gonna say a word. Anyway, the Lego Ninjago characters are attractive. Pause. That's not the right type of alarm. I wanted to play like... That's still not the one I'm thinking. Fuck it. You know, last time I tried to do fucking sound effects, man. Jesus Christ. My God. Fuck that. That was just an alarm clock. Nice one. Thanks, guys. Really tried my best. Also, ignore the fact... Please ignore the fact... that I have Googled how old is Jack Manifold.
Does that mean the ladies must be as smooth as a veal cutlet?
I don't know what that means. Thank you for the £5. I don't know what it means at all. I really don't. I really don't. No, I'm really sorry. Really, really sorry. But yeah, I don't know why I've Googled. I actually don't know why I've Googled that. Hopefully someone's nicked my computer and done that, because I don't remember doing it. Anyway. Okay. Oh wait, why don't I mute the fucking thing? Okay, I've got a good one. Maybe. I haven't read it yet. So coming back from Egypt, I was in the bathrooms just casually inspecting myself in the mirror. Mirror was on both sides of the bathroom, so it was quite epic view, you know. I was 11 years old, forgive me. I started doing some shit like hand gesturing and running close to the mirror only to back up again. I danced and laughed. All that in the span of 5 minutes. Only to look down and see a damn girl laying under the sink, watching me with the most judgmental look I've ever seen. Man, I've never left the bathroom so quick. You mean to tell me you went and like did some funny poses, funny little dances in the mirror when you thought you were alone, and a girl lying beneath a bathroom sink looked at you judgmentally, and you went, I'm the weirdo, I better leave, I'm being weird, I'm being weird. She is lying under a bathroom sink! What is she looking for? To look up skirts? It's weird, right? I'm sorry, how have you, in that scenario, thought you're the weird one? You're not the one lying under sinks! Think about this, right? Think about it. You're allowed to do a little dance, alright? Because at the end of the day, you are not under a fucking sink. Anyway, we're on to our next crime. Someone said I stole a nice not only is it expensive, it's nice. A nice $500 iPad from Walmart on Black Friday. This is the chaos in America. No, the chaos isn't stealing, my dear. Most people don't steal, I don't think. I don't think most people actually, only in Ohio. It was in Egypt. Oh my God. You deserved TBH. I'd do that. Okay, you know what? I can't even be asked to explain why stealing is bad. I can't. I just can't. I just can't. Everyone will just accuse me of defending the 1%, and I just, you know, I can't be bothered. When I joined primary school, I made a friend called Purdy. I'll be honest, she was a very sweet girl, and we clicked instantly as friends. We were friends for 2 years before my immune system had enough of all the friend talk and decided to projectile vomit on her one lunchtime. She moved away the next day, and I still to this day believe I was the cause. I was live, laugh, loving too hard, if you ask me, SMH. I'm going to say something, and I think it's going to shatter your world. I don't think any parent cares that much about their child that they are moving them out of a school because they were vomited on by accident. Some parents don't even move their child when they're getting viciously bullied. I don't think you vomiting on this person led them to move homes and schools and start a new life. I think they probably just had a shower and then didn't talk to you much. I don't think they moved away forever just because you vomited on them. I think you maybe have a very self-centric worldview. Not everything revolves around you, you know? I don't... Like, guys... I don't understand you moving away out of embarrassment, and even that's ridiculous, but at least it makes more sense than if you went... like, imagine you got vomited on, you went, oh my god, I can never live here ever again, because I've had... What would you mean? Foolishness. Oh, this is a long one. One time I wore my girlfriend's hoodie around the house for like a week. I tried to give it back. She said, that's not my hoodie. Realized with horror I'd been wearing one of the house worker's hoodie in front of the worker. I had slept in it at one point. Came out my room and said good morning to the worker, wearing his clothes. After realizing my mistake, I threw his hoodie into the room he'd been working in. The next day he put it in our living room. And I remember thinking, what does this mean? Am I going out with the builder now? He's pretty old. I think the builder was... I think this is quite sweet. Right. At the end of the day, I swear this is like a Tumblr post or something. This was on Reddit. Damn, you got exposed. Shit. Someone just stole a Reddit post and put it in the Jack Manifold stream. Either way, I'll react to the Reddit post, whatever. Maybe one day we'll become a Reddit YouTuber, eh? We're getting there. Every YouTuber ends late career on Reddit. It's only a matter of time. Anyway. Anyways. Fucking Reddit post. Right. Anyway, as I was saying, I honestly think that's quite sweet. Because at the end of the day, right, you stole the worker's hoodie by accident. He didn't go, it's my hoodie. Didn't say anything. Didn't react. He just let you do it. And when you tried to give it back, he was like, you know what? Let him keep it. And he put it back. And I think to go, oh, bless, and give someone your hoodie because they clearly like it and you don't really care that much, to a complete stranger is honestly just a sweet little act. I think it's quite cute. I don't think it means you're dating the builder. I think it just means you have a cool fucking builder. You know what I mean? Sick guy. I'd do that. I'd give someone a hoodie like that. I tend to find that, like, when I give someone something, it's usually out of, like, if I realize someone just cares about a thing more than I do. Like, if someone, like, borrows something of mine, I realize I just don't really give a shit about it. And they are clearly, like, a bit gassed. I'm like, oh, just have it, man. Just take it. You know? I'd do that. Like, if someone accidentally took my hoodie and they clearly liked it more than me, I'd be like, sound. Yeah, just have it, mate. You know what I mean? However, to the person that took my corpse husband hoodie, I don't know who you are, but one day, my corpse husband hoodie went, whoever has taken it, if you're watching this stream, give it back. I like it. You can't have it. I'm glad you're enjoying it up until now. Please deliver it back. Confess. DM me. Confess. Give it back. Someone has it. One of my friends has clearly worn it while they're at my house and not given it back. Please give it back. I want it back. This is my second one because I left one at a hotel once and I got them to send me a new one. I'm not getting another. All right? Send it back. Thank you. I was deeply, and this is deeply stressed in caps, in love with a guy from my dream. The guy was based on a character from a gacha life story on YouTube. When I say deeply, I say really in love with him. I was so depressed and so sad because I knew I would never meet him again, Lamau. I'm disappointed in myself till this day. I have two relatable stories to say off the back of that. One of them is when I was younger, I actually had a similar dream in which I fell in love. I was only very young. I was like 10 years old, but I fell in love with a girl in my dream. And then she was like, you know, this is a dream, right? You got to wake up soon. And I was like, no, I really like you. And I started waking up. I could feel myself starting to wake up. So I grabbed onto her for dear life because my brain had established that, because I was like waking up. I was like getting lifted off the ground and flying into the sky into a blinding white light, which was like the real world. And I clung onto her, and I'm like, because ultimately she's glued to the plane of dreams, right? She can't leave. But I grabbed onto her in either an attempt to take her with me or stay there. But eventually the force of waking up got stronger and stronger and stronger, and I woke up and she was gone. And that happened when I was younger. So there you are. I'm a very romantic man. When I was 10. But yeah, that was like a genuine dream I had. I also, but I had a more devastating dream. This is genuinely the most devastated I've ever been having after waking up. I had a dream. I did a Mr. Beast, and it's so, I think it's because it was so like, not realistic because it was still phenomenal, but like plausible. Like it's plausible. I had a dream that I did a Mr. Beast recording, and I won $3.2, I love how I remember the exact figure, $3.2 million. Right? And I was gassed because I've always said this. If I earned $3 million, I wouldn't need any more money than that. I think 3 million is a figure at which you can, like at my age, you can comfortably, like very comfortably, in fact, lavishly, live out the rest of your life and never worry about money again as long as you're not being a fucking moron. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? As long as you're not being a moron, like, and spending like an idiot, you can live a very, very comfortable life on 3.2 million, right? You can spend, like, easily, like, 100k a year for, you know, 30 years. And you'd be fine. 100k, living off 100k a year, right? For, like, 30 years, sound. You know what I mean? I'd kill for that. And like, you know, that'd last me to my pension. And then I have my pension. You know? Sick. That'd get me to my pension. So, you know, that's how I like to see it, right? So 3.2 million. In my head, I was like, that's my life with 200k left to spare. It's pretty good, that. And I was so happy. And I paid off the rest of my parents' house. And I was getting ready to buy my house. I was just getting ready, man. I was just getting ready. I was doing inflation, man. I'd invest it. I'm not stupid. You don't think I invest? I make money moves. Anyway, please. Anyway. I was preparing. I was celebrating with my parents. I was getting our lives sorted. And I woke up. And I was like, what did I do to win the money? I think it was like, I don't even remember. Like, I just won it. I don't remember. And then I woke up and I was like, sick. And I was like, shit, wait, that was a dream. I don't have 3.2 million. I have my measly 2. Just made up a figure. No, as James Marriott claims, I have... please never watch a James Marriott stream and believe him, by the way. James Marriott likes to claim that I have 6 million in the bank. He just one day decided he was going to make that lie up about me, and he just drops it in streams. If ever you ask James Marriott how much money I have, he'll just be like, yeah, Jack has 6 M's sat in the bank. It's a lie. It's a genuine lie. But James Marriott loves to convince people that I am not the blue-collar people streamer that I am, living off of the streamer minimum wage, and instead I'm a multi-millionaire with 6 M's in the bank. You know, once I convinced a few people that I was like really rich, and I had to message one of my managers and be like, please do not stop getting me deals. I'm not actually this rich. I still need money. Because for a B-reel, I was like invoicing on PayPal. I was doing the really boring businessy stuff of being like, I was doing like boring business stuff, you know, like paying my editors and shit. And I was like, my B-roll popped up and I thought, I'll inspect Element, my PayPal balance to like 6 million. I think this is where the 6 million figure comes from. So I changed it to like 6 point something million. It was like a really obscure, like 6 point something and like so many pence. Like I changed it to like 6 million and just put it on B-reel and like so tired of invoicing. And there's just 6 million sat in the figure. That thing got so many screenshots because I think people actually... I think there was 1 or 2 people that really like Like old school friends that were like... And it's just a lie. It's just a lie. I'm lying. Anyway. I was scared of showers until at least the age of 16. The average Twitch viewer. I was scared of showers. I'm scared of showering. Fucking hell. Oh, I'm not looking to laugh at you. At the end of the day, phobias are phobias, man. I know what happened in the year 1999. Thank you, J-Schlatt. We're just getting like lots of like, I watched Quackity. God, I've got really bad hiccups. Fuck. I watched Tommy in it. I watched Quackity. Heal. Sometimes I just lie about shit. Nothing major, but if I want to be funny, I will make up stories. Absolutely, I do this. I love lying for no reason. I love, like, a good lie. You know what I mean? A good lie is unmatched in terms of comedic value. I just love a good lie. You know? Nothing, you know. Did I ever tell you about the time I really, like, caused myself a problem? Because I don't like telling people what I do for a job, right? Because, not to brag, but I have what many would consider a cool job. And I don't like telling people what I do because I tend to find that when I tell people, the conversation shifts to be purely about me. They just ask me questions because, like, ultimately people are curious because we're so surrounded by social media that people are so intrigued by people that are involved in it. You know, like, you see so much from creators that to hear it from their perspective is interesting, right? And I completely appreciate that. And that's why I like to speak about it on stream because I know that there's an interest there. I don't want to spoil too much, but I want to start uploading consistently on YouTube again. That's my goal for 2023. I kind of took my like travel year, but now I want to get back on the grind. I've got a really cool series I'm working on, which is still Jack Manifold vlogs as they are, but they're like behind the scenesy, but a little bit. Like, I consider, like, Ash to be behind the scenes. Like, you know, like, Ash Kabosu vlogs. They're, like, the behind the scenes of Brighton, right? But, like, it's more targeted behind the scenes. I'm talking, like, it's got a little bit more structure. Ash just pulls his phone out, you know what I mean? Like, whenever. And I think that's sick. But, like, we've already got the guy that does that. I've kind of got an idea for, like, a kind of... I think there's so much intrigue for, like, what goes on in, like, behind the scenes, you know? And I've got a cool little series idea that I'm working on that I think people are really going to enjoy. That might start sooner than you think, to be fair. I'm on it, man. I'm on it. I got like 3 videos in the works right now. None of them are in the works in terms of like 3 that I'm about to film. They're not filmed yet, but no, one of them's filmed. Got 2 in the works. They haven't been filmed yet. You know, updates on me, man. I'm exciting. Askabus. Everyone's just saying Askabussy. Okay. I spent over 1,200 euros on Dream merch. The rich get richer. I don't like schnitzel that much. The most mid confession. That's like me going, I personally wasn't a biggest fan of the latest Joji album. And even that's a hotter take than I don't like schnitzel that much. It's like such a mid take. It's like so like it's not even like I hate it. It's like so like neutral. The world's most neutral take. You know what I mean? Just the most neutral take ever. Such a good album. I haven't listened to it. I just picked an album that was on my mind because a few friends had a conversation about it earlier. I once cooked a sock with a clothing iron and attempted to eat it. To this day, I regret it. By the way, for anyone wondering, it tastes like a burnt marshmallow with lint as a sauce. Surely that would hurt your teeth. I feel like biting through like thickly woven. I don't know. Maybe you don't have cotton socks. Maybe you don't have beautiful little cotton socks, but you probably have like polyester socks? Joji new album was arse, TBH. That was a very British, it was an arse album, it was shit. I like that. Accidentally stepped on a bird once, you're fucking evil. that you definitely preyed on a victim there, because at the end of the day, birds always fly away. You saw an injured bird and stepped on it. Evil, 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 evil. Polyester is harder. Yeah, exactly. Polyester. Let me get the dogs out a second. Let me read what my socks are made out of. Hold on. What are you made of, socks? It's not a label. Yeah, why would the socks have a label, I suppose? You'd feel it if your socks had a label. I just realised that, like, yeah, socks don't have a label. There we are. Well, they're back on. They're back on. They're back on. Of course they don't. They say it on the packaging. I've thrown all the packaging away. Of course I have. Well, that's a shame. Let's see if we can find a good one. Some of these are a bit, like, mid. I went out with someone that likes his thighs tickled. Don't kink shame my guy, alright? Bro, he just... At the end of the day... Bro just likes a bit of tickling on the thigh. That's alright. It's fine. You know, leave him alone. Someone just confessed to selling feet pics. You know what? In this cost of living crisis, people have got to do what they've got to do to survive, haven't they? You know, at the end of the day, people have got to do what they have to do to survive. Now, I'm not saying this for any personal gain, but... Can't even make the joke. Can't even make the joke. Guys, Guys, to support the people of this great nation in this cost of living crisis, I will be buying all feet pics available online as soon as I can to help everyone struggling. Guys, if you're above the age of 18, I will buy your feet. I won't do it. I won't do it. I'm not. Please don't even offer me them. Please. Jack Manifold, the people streamer. He gives back. He gives back. My mum sells feet pics. I'm really sorry. God, I bet you are fighting for your life in the group chat. I can see it already. You are fighting in there every single day. You wake up and you put up. God gave you. You are one of the strongest soldiers. Let me tell you, because God gave you his toughest battle. Your mother sells feet pictures. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Have you ever seen your wiki feet? I have. I'm happy with the reviews, to be honest. My brother sells them. Oh my god, how many people sell feet pics? The amount of therapy the moderators must get is immense. Yeah, it's actually one of the main expenses of the Jack Manifold company is actually paying for therapy of moderators. That's one of the main expenses of this company. Our outgoings are ridiculous because the hours of therapy we have to put the moderators through are ridiculous. Yeah, no, it's one of my main outgoings as a content creator. People don't talk about that. Everyone always was like, "Oh, the money's so good," but it isn't because I have to spend so much, setting this whole operation up. So hours and hours I have to pay for. It's ridiculous. Therapy's not cheap either. That's what I found out. Fucking expensive. I'm going to go, in all honesty, to the bathroom. I will see you all very, very soon, everybody. Take care. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening. And I hope this was an equally disappointing 90 minutes where you all were disappointed in yourselves, just like I was in the England football team today. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.